Hey there, everyone. Today we're talking about how to improve your health and prevent falls after 60. But more importantly, if you are someone who is caring for an aging loved one, or maybe you, just curious because you over the age of 60 yourself, this video is going to be packed with helpful tips that can help prevent falls and improve overall health. So let's jump into it. Now, every year in the United States, over 3 million people over the age of 65 fall, and many of those falls cause serious injuries such as hip fractures and head trauma. In fact, it's the leading cause of injury-related death in adults over the age of 65. Now, what's concerning is that number is expected to increase by 300% over the next 30 years due to the aging population. That's why it's so important to understand what causes falls and what you can do to prevent them. There are 4 main causes of falls among older adults. Those causes include muscle weakness, poor balance control, problems with vision, and the last one being the environment that they're in. Those 4 factors can be improved upon. Once you know what these factors are, you can easily take steps to fix them and hopefully prevent a fall. So first, let's talk about muscle weakness. Muscle weakness is a major cause of falls, especially when it comes to activities like walking and recovering from a stumble. If you don't have enough strength in your legs and your glutes, it makes it difficult to get up and down out of chairs. It makes it harder to carry your groceries inside or to climb up the stairs. And when you're trying to do these everyday tasks, it increases your risk of falling. Now you may be asking, how do I know if I have muscle weakness? There are a couple ways you can find out. One way is to come in and see us here at our clinic. We'll be happy to help you, but there are also some things you can do at home to get an idea of whether or not you have muscle weakness. One of the best tests you can do is called a timed up and go test. All you need is a stopwatch and a chair that's about 18 inches high. What you're going to do is stand up from the chair, walk 10 feet, turn around, walk back to the chair, sit down, and then repeat that process 2 times. Try to do that as fast as possible while maintaining good balance. If you can complete the entire exercise in 10 seconds or less, chances are you probably don't have any muscle weakness. However, if it takes you 10 to 14 seconds, you might have some mild muscle weakness. And if it takes you longer than 14 seconds, then you definitely have some muscle weakness and should work on improving that. Before it becomes a serious problem, the next thing that can lead to falls is poor balance control. Poor balance can be caused by a lot of different things. It could be inner ear issues, it could be medications, or it could just be that you haven't worked on your balance and made it a priority. Whatever the reason, poor balance is something that can definitely lead to a fall. Now, if you suspect you have poor balance, one of the easiest tests that you can do at home is called the functional reach test. For this test, you're going to need a tape measure. You're going to stand straight up, relax your shoulders, extend one arm straight out in front of you, and reach as far as you can and measure the distance. Repeat that 3 times on each side. The average of those 6 measurements is your functional reach. If your functional reach is less than 14 inches, then you're considered to be at a higher risk for falls. Now, if your functional reach is between 14 and 20 inches, you're at a low risk for falls. And if your functional reach is greater than 20 inches, you're considered to have excellent balance. The third thing that can lead to falls is problems with vision. As you get older, it's common for your eyesight to start deteriorating. If you don't catch that early and get it corrected, it can lead to dangerous situations like a fall. I would recommend getting your eyes checked at least once a year so that your doctor can determine if you need reading glasses or maybe even stronger prescriptions. Also, make sure to wear your glasses whenever you're doing activities that require good vision. And lastly, make sure your walkways are well lit both inside and outside of your house. Those are some easy ways you can improve your vision and reduce your risk of falling. Now, the 4th cause of falls that we talked about was the environment. A lot of falls happen because the environment is either too cluttered or it's hard to navigate. Make sure your paths are clear and free of clutter, so you don't trip while you're rewalking. And also, make sure you have emergency phone numbers programmed into your phone and maybe even posted somewhere nearby, like next to your bed or on the wall beside the phone. That way, if you do fall and you're unable to get up, you can still call for help. So those are the main causes of falls and some easy ways you can check to see if you're at risk. But the question becomes, what can you do to fix these problems and improve your strength, balance, and overall health? One of the best exercises you can do is Tai Chi. Tai Chi is a series of slow, controlled movements that has been shown to improve balance and reduce the risk of falls in older adults. In fact, a study done by the National Institute on Aging showed that Tai Chi can reduce the risk of falling by up to 68%. There are many different Tai Chi classes offered both online and in person, and it's something that I highly recommend to anyone over the age of 60. Another great form of exercise is strength training. When it comes to preventing falls, building strength in your lower body is key. That means working on strengthening your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. This can be done with weight machines, or even with simple exercises like squats, lunges, and bridges. If you're new to strength training, I would recommend starting with just body weight exercises like squats, lunges, and bridges. You can always add weights later on. But remember, proper form is more important than the amount of weight you're lifting. Make sure to consult with a doctor or physical therapist before starting any new strength training program. They can help you develop a plan that works for you and your current fitness level. Next up, we have yoga. Yoga is another great form of exercise that can improve balance, strength, and flexibility. There are many different types of yoga, so it's important to find one that's appropriate for your level and needs. Chair yoga is a great option for beginners or those with limited mobility. Last but not least, we have physical therapy. Physical therapy is a great option for anyone who wants to improve their strength, balance, and overall health. A physical therapist can work with you to develop a plan that meets your individual needs and goals. They can also teach you how to perform exercises correctly to prevent injury. If you're looking for a physical therapist, I would recommend contacting your local hospital or medical center. Many offer outpatient physical therapy services. You can also search for a physical therapist online. Be sure to look for someone who's licensed and experienced in treating older adults. So those are some of the best ways to improve your health and prevent falls after 60. Remember, it's never too late to start taking care of yourself. By making small changes to your diet and exercise routine, you can improve your overall health and quality of life. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.